Alright. Samara said that Morinth is a tragic figure, but not a sympathetic one. I disagree because as dangerous as she is, and as possibly uncontrollable as she is, I do feel sorry for her. Now that being said, we're going to look at some things here, and some of the things that she says are kind of creepy. Oh, but look at this. Get assault rifle, a damage upgrade, a sword.
I was into dueling for a while. I love the moment you see it in your opponent's eyes. He knows you're better, and he's going to die.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's not nice.
Have a Halix if you want. But wouldn't you rather have all your senses be clear and sharp right now? I certainly do. A gift from a suitor. The statue's got more personality than he did. Still, he impressed me enough that he finally got what he wanted. It didn't end the way he hoped.
Yep. I am sure it did not.
I love any game where your opponent can believe he is about to win, just before you kill him.
And if that's all there was to Morinth, like, being all addicted to killing, I would not, feel so sorry for her, but there is more to her, and I'll get to that later. There is also more creepiness, though, which we will see sooner.
I love clubs. People, movement, heat. I can still hear the bass like the drums of a great hunt out for your blood. But here, it's muted, and you're safe. Is that what you want, Shepard?
Actually, you know what?
I'd rather fight than hide.
Yes. Better to take control of your fate. I've never understood the fascination with safety. Some of us choose differently. Independence over submission. I think we share that, you and I.
We've both killed many times, but that's where the similarities end.
Why do you say that I've killed? What do you know? Let's stop playing games. Look into my eyes and tell me you want me. Tell me you'd kill for me. Anything I want.
That's unnerving.
Don't count on it.
But you... Who are you? Oh no. I see what's going on. The bitch herself found a little helper. Morinth! Mother.
Do not call me that.
I can't choose to stop being your daughter, Mother.
You made your choice long ago.
What choice? My only crime was being born with the gifts you gave me.
Enough, Morinth!
I am the genetic destiny of the Asari, but they are not ready to reveal this. So I must die.
You are a disease to be purged. Nothing more.
I'm as strong as she is. Let me join you.
I am already sworn to help you, Shepard. Let us finish this.
Oh, damn it. There should be a third choice. On the one hand, Morinth needs to be stopped. On the other hand, I really don't believe that killing her is the only way to do it, particularly not if it's a 2-on-1 fight. And as far as killing Samara, as much as I may dislike her, it's like murdering her and so that another person can get away with her crimes is not the right thing. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to reluctantly click on Kill Morinth, and I will tell you what happens if you choose to kill Samara. I don't like doing this.
End of the line, Morinth.
And they call me a monster.
Find peace in the embrace of the goddess.
Another.
I'm ready to leave this place and get on with my life. Are you ready to go as well?
I want to look around a bit more.
Very well. I will remember the day of Morinth's birth. Tell me when you are ready.
You know, see, okay. One of the things I don't like is Samara, you know, Morinth calls her mother. That's what Samara's like, do not, this is like the first time we've seen Samara like really angry. She yells at her not to call her mother. It's like she will not even acknowledge Morinth as a daughter. I can't choose not to be your daughter, is what Morinth said. Just stop being your daughter. Yeah. Samara said you made your choice long ago. But Samara told us earlier that it wasn't Morinth's choice. Samara's words were that she's addicted to the rush she gets. She will never stop. She can't. Those last two lines were like Samara's exact words as I remember them. That's not a choice. And, okay, so I'll tell you what you find out about Morinth if you bring her to the ship with you. She says about Samara that when she was a kid, Samara like tried to teach her daughters how to be good Asari, try to teach them about the goddess, try to teach them right and wrong and all this, but she didn't show them love. At least that's what I remember Morinth saying. It's been a while since I heard this. I don't think that that's a lie, because Samara seems very kind of unemotional. So, and you know, if Morinth wanted to make up lies about Samara in order to gain sympathy, she could make up a lot worse stories than that. Now, another thing that Morinth says, and I don't know whether this is a lie or whether this is something that isn't true but which she believes, or whether this is something that actually is true, and that she uses to rationalize her what she does, is that she says something like I know that you, she says that when Neff died, she experienced tremendous pleasure, like better than anything she had ever felt before. Now, does that make killing Neff all right? No, but it is a case of somebody like rationalizing the bad stuff they do, and it's stuff. We saw that Morden doing that before. Now Morden was convinced that the genophage had to be kept strong for the greater good, whereas Morinth isn't interested in the greater good. She is she has an addiction, and she can't do anything about the addiction, it seems. So she convinces herself that the effects of her addiction and the actions it compels her to aren't bad, or aren't as bad as people might say they are. She also says that she is lonely. Now, she's lonely because she can't do the Asari melding, mating, sex, whatever you want to call it thing without her partner dying. So I don't find that particularly all that unbelievable that like Morinth would wish that as good as it feels for her to do this act, that she could like do it more than once with the same person without that person dying. Now, a lot of this is speculation. I don't know what the people who wrote the story wanted to believe about, or I don't know what the people who wrote the story would say about Morinth, and I don't know what, I obviously cannot read the mind of a fictional character, but here's what happens if you keep her around. By the way, if you do bring her along, and this is one of the reasons I didn't, Morinth's presence on the ship and on the team is something that the designers of the game did not put a whole lot of effort into. Here's what happens. If you kill Samara, Shepard goes, well, hey, if we bring you back to the ship, people are going to kind of freak out. And Morinth says, oh, that's no problem. I do a great impression of my mother. Which you wouldn't know to look at her, but actually, yeah. She puts on Samara's outfit, and she mimics Samara's voice and mannerisms perfectly, and she looks exactly like her. So much so, in fact, that in a number of places, the game actually calls her Samara instead of Morinth. When her dialogue shows up, the text, it says Samara, and whatever is being said, instead of Morinth, And all of her dialogue, everything is exactly the same as Samara's. Like, any given situation, she will respond to exactly like Samara does. The only differences are the private conversations that she has on the ship with Shepard, where she has somehow prevented Edie from monitoring what they say, which I have no idea how she did that, but she did. And there's also a different power that she has, different than Samara's. Alright, But here's what happens. Like, she'll have these conversations with Shepard where she says the stuff I talked about. And the main story with the collectors eventually comes to its conclusion. And there is a point where the big threat to the safety of human colonies has been dealt with and people are safe. And it's at this point that Morinth says, basically, hey, wanna fuck? And you can say, how stupid do you think I am? And Morinth says, but I'm sure that you'd be able to survive it. I mean, you came back from the dead before, and you've shown more willpower than anybody I've ever known, and just think about it. So, like, she really wants Shepard. And it's up to you whether you take her up on her offer or not. If you take her up on her offer, I have no idea if she believes Shepard could survive or whether she was just bullshitting him. But if she believed it, she was wrong. Because you die. And there is no way of knowing whether the stuff about you dying while feeling intense pleasure or intense pain or what. You have no idea what Shepard's feeling. All you see is I believe his eyes go kind of blank, and his mouth opens, and then you get the game over screen. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on Morinth. But it's like, here's another thing. While Morinth is on the ship, she doesn't kill anybody. And maybe this is wishful thinking on my part, because I don't want to believe that this bad character is as bad as is actually so bad. But it's like, maybe Shepard could have been a good influence on her. Maybe she could have been rehabilitated. But damn it, we'll never know, will we? I will say something else about Morinth, though. As bad. Oh yeah, Samara killed another helpless victim who was backing away from her in fear. So that was nice. But as bad as it might be to have died just now from Morinth, at least it was a quick death. If you spare her, something happens to her in the third game, and you don't see it happening. You learn about it after it's happened. But it's worse than what Samara did to her just now. So, in a way, I guess that we sorta, kinda, from a certain point of view, did her a favor. I don't know. Well, let's get out of here.
Are you ready?
Let's go.
And I really don't give a shit if Samara is okay or not. I mean, if she feels guilty, she damn well I gotta stop going on about Samara. I should try to stop. Samara's dealt with the Ardat-Yakshi. She remains loyal to Shepard personally. Loyalty of the Justicar beyond question, given apparent bonds of oath rendered to Shepard. Better than hoped. Cerberus activities will not be affected further by presence of Shepard's team. Relieved to have Justicar's mission completed. Unfortunately, body of Ardat-Yakshi could not be taken for study. Genetic abnormality could have been useful. Subject's expertise would have made her a valuable team member if sociopathic tendencies were mitigated. And to be fair, yeah, she is a pretty valuable addition if you do pick her. New outfit for Samara, it's a black instead of red. And 30,000 credits, that's not bad at all.